You know that strange feeling when you walk into a new room and suddenly realize, I've been here before? Or a conversation with a friend that feels painfully familiar, even though you know for a fact you're talking about this for the first time. The French call it déjà vu, already seen. Scientists say it's just a glitch in your brain, a misfire where memory tricks you into a false sensation. But what if it's not a glitch? What if you actually lived this moment before? And not just once, not twice, but thousands of times. You just forget every time. The time loop is one of the most popular concepts in science fiction. Groundhog Day, source code, edge of tomorrow. But what does science say? Are time loops actually possible in reality? And what would happen to a human trapped in a single day forever? Today, we're not just telling a story. We're breaking it down: physics, psychology, neuroscience, and pure horror. Spoiler: your brain wasn't built for eternity. But let's find out why. First, let's understand what a time loop actually is. In movies, it looks like this. A person lives the same period of time over and over, keeping memories from previous cycles. Everyone else lives normally, not noticing a thing. Nice fairy tale. But physicists will tell you, time loops are theoretically possible. It all started with Einstein. His general theory of relativity says that space and time are a single fabric that can bend. You know, gravity bends space. Black holes, gravitational lenses, all proven. But if space can bend, then time can too. In 1949, mathematician Kurt Gödel, a friend of Einstein, found a solution to the equations that allows closed timelike curves. That's the scientific term for a time loop. If you enter such a curve, you could travel to your own past. There's a catch though. For this to work, the universe would need to rotate. And it doesn't seem to, or maybe it does, and we just haven't noticed. Another theory is wormholes. Imagine space as a sheet of paper. Fold it in half and poke through, you get a tunnel from one point to another. Theoretically, such a tunnel could connect not just different points in space, but different points in time. Sounds like science fiction? Exactly. Because in practice, creating a wormhole is impossible right now. You need negative energy and exotic matter, things we don't have. But let's imagine science took a leap forward. Imagine you somehow ended up in a time loop. What would happen to you? This is where it gets interesting. First cycle, you notice nothing Tuesday. 7:15 a.m. Your alarm plays your favorite song. Sunlight streams through the window. You get up, drink coffee, go to work. Normal day. Nothing special. Cycle Tuesday. 7:15 a.m. Same song, same sun, same coffee. You go to work and notice the neighbor's dog barks at exactly 7:18 a.m. Just like yesterday. Strange. But you shrug it off. Cycle 3, Tuesday. 7:15 a.m. Dog barks at 7:18. The barista at the coffee shop smiles the same smile and says, "Your usual cappuccino." Same words as yesterday. And the day before. You check your phone, Tuesday. Calendar, Tuesday. News, same headlines. Your heart starts beating faster. You get it. You're in a loop. And you know what? The first few cycles are pure euphoria. No consequences. No responsibility. You can do anything you want. Tomorrow, no one will remember. You go to work and tell your boss exactly what you think of him. He's furious. He fires you. Next morning, you wake up and he remembers nothing. You do it again. And again, it's fun. You approach that person at the coffee shop. Always been too nervous, but now who cares? You say something clever. They laugh. You hang out next morning. They don't remember you, but you don't care. You do it again. With each try, you get better. You're learning. You start learning. A new language, guitar, advanced math. You have infinite time. You can become anything. You're a genius. You've done everything. Been with everyone you wanted. Eaten everything. Experienced every thrill. Written a novel. Burned that novel. Written a better one. There is nothing new. You sit in the park watching pigeons. One pigeon arrives earlier than the others. You name him Bill. You wait for Bill every morning. It's the only event in your day. Then you notice Bill looks at you like he remembers too. It's impossible, but you're ready to believe anything. You've lost count. Days blur into one gray mess. From a neuroscience perspective, your brain is starting to die. When you do something new, your brain releases dopamine. the pleasure neurotransmitter. It's the reward for exploring the world. When you do the same thing 1,000 times, dopamine stops releasing. You stop feeling pleasure. You stop feeling anything at all. You fall into apathy. It's a defense mechanism. But in a time loop, this mechanism works against you. You sit in your room staring at the wall. Hours pass. Nothing happens. Nothing will ever happen. You start talking to yourself. Then you realize you are the only one who remembers. You are alone in a world of puppets. You've lived so many days that you've forgotten which version is the real you. That thing you did in cycle 47, was that really you? Or did you become someone else? You have memories of things you're not proud of. But does it matter? It never happened. Or did it? You remember it. You start keeping a journal. A huge, thick journal. You write down every cycle. But every morning the journal is blank. You have to start over. Your handwriting changes. Your personality changes. You're not the same person who entered this loop. Psychologists call this dissociative identity disorder. You are no longer whole. You are shattered into thousands of fragments, each living its own cycle. You are walking down the street and notice something strange. Yesterday, in cycle 249, you took a different route. Today, you are walking the usual way. Suddenly, you see a person standing on the corner, staring at you. Yesterday, when you took the different route, they weren't there. Today, they are. And they're watching you. You look away, keep walking. A minute later, you turn around, they're gone. Vanished. You decide it's a hallucination. 250 cycles without proper rest. That'll do it. You're sitting on your usual bench. A woman walks by. You've seen her thousands of times. She always walks past, eyes on her phone, never looking up. But today, she stops. She turns her head and looks directly at you. Not for you. Right into your eyes, she walks over and sits down. How long, she asks. Your breath catches. You haven't spoken out loud in hundreds of cycles. What? You manage? How long have you been here? She repeats. I've been here 2,000 cycles. You were the first one who noticed me. You meet in secret, in an abandoned building where no one goes. She tells you about the loop, about trying to escape, about almost finding a way out. She knows everything about you, things you never told anyone. Never even wrote in your journal, but something's off about her. She's too calm, knows too much. Sometimes she talks about you in the third person. He did that then, like she watched you from outside. You start to suspect. You follow her in the next cycle. She doesn't go to the abandoned building. She goes to your house, stands outside your window, watching your door. She's waiting. She's not a victim. She's a hunter. You start looking for a way out. She watches you. Each cycle, she appears somewhere new, testing you, planting false leads, but you are smarter. You notice patterns in cycle 340. She makes a mistake, says something she couldn't know about the outside world. You push on that weak point. Cycle after cycle, you get closer. In cycle 360, you find her vulnerability, a hole in reality. A place where time flows differently. You stand before her. She screams, "If you leave, I'll be alone here." You look at her. You remember what she did to you. You step through. You wake up. Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. Different alarm music, different news. You go outside. The neighbor's dog is silent. The neighbor walks by at 7:20 and turns right. You smile. You did it. You go to the coffee shop. The barista smiles. Your usual cappuccino? You freeze. How does she know? You've never been here before. You slowly turn around. In the corner of the coffee shop she sits, drinking coffee, watching you. Sit down, she says. We have eternity ahead of us. What did we learn? Time loops are theoretically possible. General relativity allows for closed time-like curves. Your brain isn't built for eternity. Without new experiences, dopamine stops flowing, and you fall into deep depression. Memory is identity. Without it, you stop being you. The scariest monster isn't an external enemy. It's someone trapped in the same cage with you. Now, a question for you. If you were trapped in a time loop, What would you do to stay sane? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And if you want a part 2 exploring parallel universes, smash that like button. Subscribe to WIA Animation. And check your calendar. Are you sure today isn't Tuesday?